part of what perpetuates the world system being as it is the systematic desensitization of humanity towards cruelty and suffering. There's a whole lot of stuff that happens in our worlds and in the environments around us, in our communities, in the food industry, what we see on TV and in the newspapers, and in some countries in terms of poverty, well, some countries more than others. We see these things every single day. We have this knowing of this awareness of where our food comes from and the absolute degradation that so many animals are forced to live in. And in spite of all of this awareness, all of this knowledge of what's going on in the world and what it takes to keep the world going the way that it is at this present moment, our response is, it's just the way things are. The fact that we are not railing against every structure of authority, against the way that things are done, against the food industry, against this concept of needing to have money to have just the basic necessities to have a decent life, is an indication of how far advanced our desensitization is. We don't give a shit. That's why the world keeps going the way that it's going. We see others in absolute suffering and we just look away. We just say, oh well, at least it's not me. It's just the way things are. You know, maybe someone one day will change it. I can't change it though. So we just keep participating in things the way that they are, keeping everything in place, keeping the system going, keeping the suffering going, keeping the cruelty going, because we don't question it. We don't say, hey, no one should live like that. There's a fucking problem here. We go, oh, well, I mean, it's sad, but what am I going to do about it? It's just the way things are. I can't change the world. Every single human is saying that. Obviously nothing's going to change. So we are completely fucked up. I mean, if you were to see this shit in a movie, if it were to be portrayed in a slightly different way that we don't, you know, not in the way that we see things every day, but in a way from an outsider who would be absolutely disgusted at seeing a child begging on the streets, addicted to some glue sniffing or whatever drug that's available to them. They would be absolutely horrified seeing that. If we were to watch this person going through all the reactions that they would go through, seeing the fucked up stuff that happens in the world, then we'd probably go, oh yeah, you know what, maybe things shouldn't be this way. Maybe the world could be better. So far there hasn't been one big thing, big and powerful enough to move everyone to change. There have been a lot of people, you know, wanting to change. I mean, why the fuck else am I standing here in the forest making a video about poverty and cruelty and suffering? I want to be part of the change, and I want to show people that we need to actually start caring about each other. We need to start caring about the world around us, the animals, nature, insects, plants. We need to care enough to actually change the way that we live. We need to care enough to change the way that we see each other and behave and speak about each other and think about each other. We each need to change, because changing the world will require every single person to live differently. We have to change our lifestyles, just as it is with this plastic pollution thing that's getting a lot of media attention at the moment. Sure, you can clean up the beaches and you can do mass cleanup efforts and projects, but we still keep producing the same amount of single-use plastic. We still keep producing it. That stuff is going to go somewhere. There's no long-term solution aside from us finding a really effective way of recycling stuff. So anyway, I'm going a little bit off topic there. That's another topic for another video. So you know what? Start giving a shit. Start being a zombie. Have some fucking compassion. Give a shit when you see someone suffering. Give a shit about where your food comes from. Give a shit about what is involved in every single product that you buy. Did this product contribute to the destruction of a rainforest? These are questions that we can start asking ourselves, and we can start making changes in how we live. We can vote by where we spend our money. We can vote by how we talk about things. We can vote by what's important to us and how we talk about what's important to us. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to see you next time.